Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of October 14th to the 20th. Your cards this week, Aries, you have the Take a Break Oracle card. We have the Fool, Justice, the Devil, the Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Magician. So massive reading for you this week, Aries. It's hugely significant. You know, the amount of major arcana, which you have 5 out of 6. It really indicates the significance of the reading. Major arcana are kind of linked to our karmic life lessons. So they really are the big themes of life, and then you could say the minor arcana are how it's going to play out. So we have a massive reading here. No wonder we have the Take a Break Oracle card, because it looks like we're really going to need it after this. I'm an Aries as well, so I'm looking at this and going, wow, I really need to take that break now, especially if all this is coming. So let's read that out. Take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule, to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you've crafted, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing into the next thing, to be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and your spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you are not going to miss out. Yeah, so Aries, in your cards here, it's really clear that you are bringing some kind of toxic situation to a completion, and there is a strong and powerful new beginning that wants to come forth for you. So yeah, you may need to take a break now. It might be during this process, but I think just to be really mindful of your own energy as you're going through this. Big situations in life can be really taxing. They can be stressful, so we need to keep that our self-care in mind. So I'm going to start here, recent past, going to discuss the Hierophant and the Devil. So this is recent past, Aries. Some of you may have already been experiencing this. Some of you might be in the throes of it now, or it could be, you're on the doorstep of this for this week, because time is, even though this is a weekly reading, the time can be a little fluid around that time. So here we have a situation of toxicity under the Devil energy, Aries. So we have that with the Hierophant. So for me, this combination means that there has been a situation that's codependent, addictive, toxic in a realm of institute. Now this can be the institution of a committed relationship, of a marriage partnership, a business partnership, in the place that you study, in your workplace. It's those kind of institutionalized settings. That's what we see here. So under that Devil energy, it could talk about, codependency within a relationship. It could mean that, your partner or you, or even a colleague or business partner, is dealing with addiction issues, gambling, alcoholism, even, or other things. So I was going to say a word that's probably going to not get me able to show this video. So yeah, those kind of things. So the situation with the Devil energy is that, you see these people here and they're chained, but these chains are loose enough for them to actually get them over the head and escape, but they're staying there. So they're under the hypnotism of the Devil. So what this says to me is that, you've been staying in this situation voluntarily. There's been some kind of payoff for you. Has that been, you don't want to bring this to light in your relationship because, there's worry of it dissolving. Maybe, financially that's going to impact you. Someone's going to have to move out. So it's going to shake things up. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. Same can be said about a work or business situation. I'm just keeping this really general because it is a general reading, guys. So it can be quite a few different situations that you might be dealing with. In a work situation, it can be, that situation where you don't want to leave the job because, you're worried about, when the next one's going to come, when's your next paycheck going to come. So there is that kind of sense of like, I'm staying in this voluntarily, even though I know it's no good for me. But the thing is that over time, when we stay in these toxic situations, they start to drain us. They drain our vital energy. That's why he has these bat wings here. It's a symbol for slowly draining the life out of you. And obviously that is just not sustainable, and it's going to hold you back from other, beautiful new opportunities and beginnings coming in that we can see there. So yeah, I mean, the Hierophant can also talk about different value systems. So you see the two keys here, the one that points, let's say the left, is the value systems that you've been kind of born into. They can be, imposed on us by our parents, by schooling systems, even by a marriage, jobs, that kind of thing. Systems that are imposed on us that might not actually necessarily align with our true values. So under the Hierophant energy, you're being invited to think about your own values and maybe release yourself from situations that don't feel right for you, so that you can live more in alignment, the other key, with who you truly are. And that's going to unlock your true potential. So I see that this is the week here that it's going to come to a head, Aries. We have Justice and we have the Queen of Wands. So first of all, yep, Queen of Wands, undoubtedly this is you. This is your card. It's a card of Aries. Queen of Wands energy is grounded, mature, compassionate, dominant, all those kind of queen things. But in particular, the Queen of Wands is visionary. She can see things clearly. She can see things for what they are. And she's an opportunist. So I think this is you this week, looking for that opportunity to bring the situation to justice. So there could be an opening where, you can have that conversation that you've needed to have. You might notice, a behavior pattern or an action that the person takes that provides the opening for you to bring the situation up, especially if you haven't felt comfortable talking about it in the past. So be on the lookout for that, because I think that opportunity is going to present itself and you'll be able to bring the situation to, let's say, to justice. Because justice as an energy comes in when a modification that's fair and just needs to take place to bring a situation back into balance. The universal balance sheet always adds up, so it's going to go in the favor of the person that it's meant to, not necessarily in the way that you want it to go. She holds the sword of victory here. Here we have the wand of power. So I really feel like you are going to be in your power. You're going to be victorious in this situation. We also, in the Queen of Wands, I'm just seeing the black cat here, talks about instincts. I think trust your instincts this week. You'll know when the time is right to act. You'll know when the time is right to bring up the conversation. Under that justice energy, the universe says, this is when it all needs to come to a head. I think we've also got just so many powerful figures in this reading. The Magician, the Hierophant, Justice, the Devil, Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with some quite big egos, some really powerful people. So really going to need that courage this week to bring it to a head. And if you do, Aries, it's all onwards and upwards from there. Look at this. The Fool and the Magician. This is just bursting with new beginning potential here. And the Fool, I always think of this as a card of Aries as well, because it's the baby of the zodiac. It's number one. It's the starting point. And you guys are like that. You're the great initiators. So Aries, this is you, with your head held high, with little baggage, sailing off into the sunset or into your next chapter. And then the Fool asks you to take a leap of faith and to trust in the universe on your new journey after you've released yourself from this toxicity. Yeah, you might have mountains to scale along the way. Of course you will. Every life lesson, every new chapter has that. But under the Fool energy, we're not worried about the destination or where we're heading. We're just in alignment with ourselves, and we're just taking those first tentative steps. And then you will be guided. It's linked to the sun energy here. You'll be guided on that journey. It will start to open up to you, but you're just being invited to release at the moment. There's a massive theme at the moment with the planetary action of purging situations that are holding us back. So that's strongly what you need to do. And I think that through releasing that situation, you're really going to be back in your power with that Magician. It's through, making the right decisions for ourselves that we step into our unlimited potential as the creator of our own reality. It also says that you have all the tools and resources you need to carve out your new direction and to be really abundant in that process. It's also a card of manifestation, so it's a great time to set new intentions for your new direction here, Aries. Also just wanted to point out, because we do have that devil and that magician in this reading, you know, there is a possibility that you're dealing with some kind of trickster energy, somebody who might be in the situation that you're releasing manipulative or, you know, deceptive in some way. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful that sometimes things aren't always as they seem on the outside, but just trust your instincts this week as you're being guided through that. So Aries, that's what I have for you. I think deal with the situation, bring it to justice, and then step out, take a break, regather yourself, recollect your thoughts, and get ready for a beautiful new inspired journey that's happening for you. Okay, that's what I have for you, Aries. It's a general reading. Keep in mind it won't be for every one of you. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.